Hi guys, welcome back to yet another video. My name is Martin, or Aussie Comic Book Collector. What I usually do on this channel is I show off books that don't get a lot of attention on other channels. But for this video, I'm going to be showing off books that I myself have written and drawn, part of the DrawnOutDad Productions imprint, whatever you want to call it. It's basically just my brother and I doing our own books. Manny, he does Spell Kitty books, which is about a magical kitten in London. It's a book primarily for kids. It's been doing very well. He's very successful with it. I also do a book called Fart Puppies, which is kind of like the other side of the coin. It's more centered around boys that kind of find farts funny. I'm about to produce. I'm sorry. I'm about to print the 12th book from the series, and it's going to be the last book. But I also do a book of superheroes based here in Melbourne. And the first one I want to show off is Drop Bear Jr. So this is Drop Bear Jr. here. He's a humanoid koala, and it's very adult. I'll just say that. I've when I sell these at conventions, I have to put a plastic sleeve over it and maybe even a disclaimer, because there's some stuff in here that at the time when I created it, I thought it was funny and what I wanted to do, but many years after the fact, I'm like, yeah, I don't know if this is the way I want to go with this series. So it's a bit of a one-off with that one. But what I also did was this book called Aussie Battler and the Down Unders. And yeah, actually, I just realised we don't have Drop Bear Jr. We have his dad, Drop Bear, here. And we have Aussie Battler here and Captain Yaza and Champion. She's wearing this magical toga. And ironically, this is the last copy I have. This is my copy from home. I brought it back down to the storage unit, and I'm going to have to find a way to reprint this without destroying it. I don't want to take the staples out, but yeah, I'm going to have to get it reprinted. And yeah, I wrote this story, and my brother, he drew it, so that was nice. And then we have issue 2, where I did it all myself. Yeah, I don't want to disparage the cover, because at the time I thought it was great, but it could have been a little bit more. I could have put a little bit more work into it, to be honest. The story on the inside is I'm very happy with it, very proud of it. But yeah, the cover itself, now that I look at it, I'm like, yeah, I could have done a little bit more work. We have issue 3, and I have Jamie Johnson. He is he's an Australian artist. I was going to say local artist. He's an Aussie artist, and he's done a lot of Turtles work for IDW, and yeah, he agreed to do the cover. I commissioned him, and this is Drop Bear, and he's fighting a giant shark. So the amount of work that went into this was just incredible, and it was done all in lockdown. So it was interesting to see that even in lockdown I could still produce a book. I did all the interior artwork on the inside, but Jamie's done the cover for that. Issue 4 of Aussie Battler and the Down Unders is drawn by Tom Derenick. He's a DC artist, and this is Wombat Man. This is the first appearance of Wombat Man, and yeah, again, I've done the interiors, and Tom's done the cover. The next one is issue 5. Now, I've done this cover myself, and it's a homage to Uncanny X-Men. I always forget the numbering, but yeah, basically, if you know, you know. We have Black Widow and Captain America and Wolverine here, but I've replaced them with characters from the Down Unders. And what I've found fun about this series is that by the 5th issue, there was a concurrent story happening. So it was fun to kind of expand on this story and not just have like one and done stories. Like the first couple of issues were one and dones. lastly, this is the 6th issue of Aussie Battler and the Down Unders, and the cover is done by ACO. He did a lot of work for Marvel and DC, probably about 5 years ago now. He did this series about Nick Fury, not the Nick Fury, the long running Nick Fury. He did a book about Nick Fury Jr. And it was just called Fury, and it was so detailed, and the pages were incredible. It only went for 6 issues. I was really surprised because it was such a beautiful book. And then I happened to find him on Instagram, and he was kind enough to do this for me. This is Wombat Man, and yeah, I could not be happy with how this came out. But this is the last issue of the series because I was also showing off. Oh, sorry, I was selling this series, and I was also selling a series called Aussie Battler. And people were coming up to the table and they were getting confused. Like, why is there Aussie Battler and then Aussie Battler and the Down Unders? I had to keep explaining that they're two separate stories, two separate series. And so we decided to cut it off with issue 6. And I do have Down Unders issue 1 ready to go to the printers. It's going to be happening in about, well, very soon, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Just getting the pages all kind of finalized, all the little finicky little things. But yeah, that's going to be coming out, and I'll show that off in a future video. Next up, we have Wombat Man. So with the 4th issue, it was evident that people loved Wombat Man, and they loved that he had this beard, and he's half man, half wombat. He has the strength of a wombat, so he can basically he can tackle a tank and not get damaged. He's kind of bulletproof. Yeah. Whenever I show this, people always say, "Oh, you know, can he poo in brick form?" I don't know. I hadn't thought about it for this guy, but this is a cover by Dakota Anderson. I was going to say Dakota Johnson. Dakota Anderson. I found him on Facebook, and he's got a book coming out at the moment called The Hunter, and it looks great. This guy he's just a really great artist. He can adapt to any style, but he's adapted his own style with this book, The Hunter, and it looks great. But yeah, this cover, I'm so happy with how this turned out. And it's sold so well that I brought out a 2nd issue, and this is drawn by Tom Morgan, who did Punisher 2099. He did Iron Man in the 90s, and he knew that I had a convention coming up, and he just went like that with the commission. It was great. It was so great to see it come to fruition so quickly. But you know what? He didn't rush it. He had a huge hand in the composition of the cover, and yeah, again, I could not be happier with how this came out. It looks great. So I have issues 1 and issues 2, and I just want to show off real quick before I proceed to the last few books. I've got this book here. There's 3 issues, and it's Heavy Metal Ladybird. So it's 3 sisters, and it's set in the future, and Australia has been decimated by a nuclear war, and they're safeguarding the future with this ladybird inspired armor techniques, weaponry, and yeah, it's just a bit of fun. So I did issue 1, I did issue 2, and the last one was issue 3. And because it's heavy metal, it's kind of music inspired. So you can see she's got the guitar there. And yeah, now I was going to do a 4th book, but I stopped with this. We're just doing the 3 because I wanted to concentrate on the Fart Puppy books and the Down Unders books. Now, what I have next is Aussie Battler issue 1. Now, this is the original cover. This is the one I did. And again, at the time, I thought, yeah, this looks great. But now that I look at it, I can see that the torso is a little bit extended, and it's just not to my absolute liking. So I commissioned Ron Wagner to do the cover. So this is the current cover we have. I have a whole bunch of these back at home, but these are the ones I sell at the convention. And if you're familiar with Ron Wagner, you know that he did some Batman stuff. He did Morbius, the Living Vampire, in the 90s, and yeah, he asked, what's this guy like? What's his techniques, or what's the linchpin for this character? And I said basically he's a cross between, say, Captain America and Judge Dredd. And he went, got it, and this is what he came up with. And yeah, again, it looks great. It was just it was just pencils. And then Manny, my brother, he's inked it and colored it, and it looks great. I'm so happy with it. But this came out yesterday, and I was having a terrible day, just the worst day I've had in a long while. But then this arrived, and it made the day so much better. This is issue 2 of Aussie Battler, drawn by Scott McDaniel. Again, my brother has done the inks and the art and the coloring, and it's an homage to 2099. So the story is that from issue 6 of Aussie Battler and the Down Unders, Aussie Battler gets thrown into the future, into the timeline, and yeah, he ends up in 2099. And so I thought, and my brother thought, why not have some fun with this and do an homage to the 2099 with the trade dress. And Manny was able to find this trade dress online, and yeah, that's it. I've done the interiors, so there we go there. And yeah, it's taken a long while to get this book to fruition. I had Jeffrey's Printing do this for us, and just great people to work with, so professional, so easy to work with. And I have 50 copies of this. I've already sold 2. Actually, sorry, I've got 53 copies, and I've already sold 2 to a 2099 fan in America. So they went off this morning, and yeah, really happy. I'm going to be selling these at the convention, and you can also buy them on Own and Indie. So OWNAINDI.com, ownindie.com. We'll have these up there. You can also find me on Instagram on Hannibal King 2099, or DrawnOutDad. I think it's just DrawnOutDad. My brother who runs the Instagram account. But yeah, I sell them for $10 Australian. I don't know what the postage would be, especially to the US, but yeah, there we go. I just wanted to show this off because, yeah, again, I'm really happy with how that came out. I have 2 more books that I'm going to be printing very soon, but very excited about that, and I just wanted to show it off. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. Please like and subscribe if you wish to. I really appreciate it, and thanks again. I'll catch you at the next one. Bye.